So let's talk about the Killer Bees tag team. You were one half of that iconic duo. How did that come about?
Well, I had worked for Vince Senior, and Vince Junior. I had been there twice before. The Florida Championship Wrestling tape actually went up into the New York area. So I went into it was a territory then as well, and it was I was just a mid card guy, and they just really liked me. The McMahons liked me a lot, and Vince McMahon Sr. actually gave me the B, said, you need to be B Brian Blair, not just Brian Blair. He said, I can open up the phone book here. I see lots of Brian Blairs, but there's no B Brian Blair. He said, I don't see any B Brian Blairs. I want you to be B Brian Blair. Is that all right? And I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Whatever you want. So, because people call me B anyway. And, or Beeper or Beeper, but B was the most
Whatever
common.
nickname they were giving you at the time.
Then after that, it was triple B. But anyway, so they wanted me to come back after I left to come to Florida to win the Florida heavyweight title. They wanted me to come back after my Florida run to compete for the not the world title, their intercontinental championship. And so I get a phone call. We get Florida popping again. Eddie Graham had shot himself. It was terrible, 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 terrible on Super Bowl Sunday. And I still feel bad to this day about it, but I got a phone call from Hulkster, and he said, who's one of my best friends, and he says, Vince wants to create this tag team division. He knows you were going to come up back as a singles guy, but he, I talked to him, and I think you and Jim Brunzell would be perfect for this new tag team division. And he said, this is not going to be an ordinary tag team division. I mean, this is going to be like you guys are going to main event towns, and um, they plan on running 2 to 3 towns a night, and gave me this long story. And so I didn't know Jim Brunzell, but I heard of him, and Terry assured me he was a nice guy, good guy, easy to work with, great worker, blah blah blah. A lot of tag team experience with his partner Greg Gagne, the High Flyers, and I knew who he was through the wrestling magazine, Stanley. And so we got together in Brantford, Ontario, Canada, and George Scott, who was a booker then, said, hey guys, Vince wants you to come up with a catchy tag team name, and you're on in about an hour and 10 minutes, whatever it was. Several people are around while George is talking to us. Lanny Poffo is sitting right next to us, and just a whole crew of characters. Uh, so um, George leaves, and I'm thinking about the undefeated Miami Dolphins, because Blair Brunzell, the bees, and I said, Jimmy, how about the bees, or the killer bees, or some killer bees? Yeah, Jimmy said, yeah, the killer bees. I like that. I like it. And so George Scott, uh, I don't, I don't know. He hadn't even left to go talk to Vince or wherever he was going, and we got George over and said, George, how about the killer bees? He goes, wow, I really like that, but it's up to Vince. I'm going to go talk to Vince. When he comes back, he said, you guys are officially the killer bees. And Lanny Poffo reaches in he's got this big hockey bag full of gear. I mean, all kinds of gear. Lanny had more gimmicks than Carter
Yeah.
has Liverpool. And so he pulls out these black and yellow tights, and they're actually like the very ones we had made. He just happened to have 2 pairs of them, so we went out as the Killer Bees, and it clicked. And